Thank you. Please be seated. Prefect joke of the day. Why do M&Ms go to school? To become Smarties.
He's right. He said to me up there, I've got a good one today, Mr. Robertson. That was good. Well done, Dean. Good morning. So we've got a few things to pack in this morning, but all good things. And I want to invite Mrs. Milne first to talk about academic colours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be up here this morning to announce the latest round of recipients of academic colours. Before I begin, I want to let you know that there will be one more round later in the year. So if you don't receive them today, your advisor or your teachers will be able to give you some advice and suggestions on what you need to do in your final 2 months. When I was thinking about where to focus my talk this morning, I began to reflect on how much is going on right now with all of you as students, not just academically, but with your sports, fine arts, university planning, social lives, etc. It made me think about how important it will be for you to balance between the now and the next. The now, be present and engaged in the moment right now and get the most out of everything and to put forward the best you can in everything you take on. And the next, keep your eyes looking ahead to what you need to do and plan for in order to do well for the rest of the year before closing day arrives and all of this is just a memory. From an academic perspective, over half of the school has been engaged in one form of exam or another this month and last. To get the appropriate visual, I'm going to have you participate in a little activity. Could you please stand if you fit the following category? You wrote the English 12th Provincial last Thursday. Thank you. Please seated. Please stand if you're writing a DELF exam last week and are now in the midst of your oral exams, DELF exams. Thank you. Please stand if you're writing the SAT this weekend. Thank you. And please stand if you have an AP exam between May 7th and the 25th or have just finished your AP research yesterday. Please stand. Thank you. That's a lot of students who are engaged in preparing for a test that ranges from 40% to 100% of their mark. Well done to all of you. I also wanted to get this visual so the rest of the student body realizes that while the weather's getting nicer and sport and fine art are still happening, these are your classmates and your housemates who need you to be considerate during the next few weeks so they can be in the now and perform to the best of their ability on their exams. In terms of the next, what do we need to enjoy, to celebrate, to plan for before we get to closing day? Well, let's do another visual. How many of you just might miss class or prep time in the coming weeks because of the following? First, let's focus on fine arts. How many of you are preparing for a drama, vocal, dance, or music presentation in the coming weeks? There are some of you. Come on. Thank you. And in the sporting realm, how many of you are members of the tennis, golf, soccer, rugby, or rowing teams that are working hard to prepare for regattas, island championships, provincials, or national championships in the next 2 months? Thank you. So, have you thought about what you are missing? Have you talked to your teacher about what you can do to ensure that you're not missing new material or vital review blocks? In no time, 7 weeks will have flown by, and we will be in here the night before closing day, and it'll all be a memory. How will you be able to describe your final 2 months of the year? Are you prepared? Were you engaged? Did you get the most out of your time? Or will you be saying, I wish I had? This morning, I'm pleased to announce the names of a number of students who have academically, up until now, been able to fully engage in their academics despite the many other facets of what we do here at Shawnigan. As the citation reads, these students consistently demonstrate superior effort, achievement, and leadership in their studies. They show genuine interest, they work to potential, and they support their classmates. They are in the now each and every day, but they're able to look ahead to the next and proactively prepare for it. So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Robertson forward to present senior academic colors to the following grade 12s. I'm going to ask that you come forward when you hear your name, get your tie, then move out of the way for the person behind you, and assemble yourselves on the steps for a photo. Senior academic colors are presented to Toby Akinyasoya, Lauren Crozier, James Petropoulos, Danica Serbic, Owen Cumming, Raquel Anderson, Dylan Annandel, Luke Downey, Hannah Smith, Lillian Spiegel, Emma Dreyer, Hazel Bice, Hallie Campbell, Andrew Harrop, Naomi Stobart, Charlie Wolfe, Shiza Carmali, Maddie Canyon, Maya Charleston, James McDonald, Justin Miles, and Amber Clayton. I will now ask the headmaster to present a junior academic color pins to the following grade 10s. Please come forward when you hear your name and organize yourselves like the grade 12s did. Junior colors are presented to Zozia Adamek, Nicole Lavin, Sophie Miranda, Spencer Nasrallah, Selena Lee, Sam Addison, McKenna Brennan McCann, Samantha Lillywhite, Bridget Person, Ava Schumacher, Alan Lynn, Olivia Brigden, Hallie Bryant, Clara Lowe, Phoebe Stobart, Aiden Thigeson, Candace Liu, Georgia Hall, Kylie Kim, and Moira McHugh. Thank you very much. And just remember the line of the Founder's Prayer, until it be thoroughly finished. Be in the moment, do your best right now in everything you take on, but keep your eyes up, look ahead on what you need to prepare for. Thank you.
Good message again this morning, Mrs. Milne. And again, put your hands together. Congratulate and thank Mrs. Milne for all the energy and effort that she puts into leading the academic side of the school. Well done. Well done. So I'm going to go back to last Friday, I think it's last Friday, when the grade 10 boys, the Colts, won the provincial championship in sevens rugby, and I haven't mentioned it yet at all. I'm going to ask Nico Falcon to come up here and present the cup to the school, and ask the rest of the boys to join him, please. Come on. Up you come. Colts, provincial champions, come on. Good at sevens, but they can't really organize a photo. We're supposed to be in the middle, actually. Let's go down. Let's go right down. So last weekend, as some of you know, the weather on Friday was fine but very windy, and then it turned into cold and wet. But that did not deter our rowers down at the Brentwood Regatta. The Brentwood Regatta is a major event these days, massive, and we did extremely well. Lots of good performances in tough conditions. I'm going to ask Mrs. Platt to come and read out some of the medal winners while I present them with their medals. Thank you.
In the under-17 men's coxed quad, coached by Mr. Bowmans, a bronze medal for Owen Bramley, Sam Addison, Ryan McKay, Drayden Fontana, and Coxon Go Lemkio. Come on up. Silver in the under-17 women's coxed 4, Nicole Lavin, Michaela Brennan McCann, Georgia Hall, Alexi Fulton, and Cox and Olivia Brigden. Silver in the under-17 junior varsity women's coxed quad, Megan Gilmore, Selena Lee, Maya Vanderhyde, Candice Liu, and Coxon Go Lemkyo. Okay, I'm going to ask those 4 girls not to get too comfy because they need to come back up. So gold in the under 17 lightweight women's coxed 4, Megan Gilmore, Selena Lee, Maya Vanderhyde, Candice Liu, and coxswain Olivia Brigden.
So this time we'll get it right, Maya. Well done. Congratulations. You got that last time. Congratulations. Well done. Well done here again. Congratulations. Well done, Olivia. Congratulations. Well done.
Okay, stay here.
Stay down here.
Okay, so I would also like to call up for the gold in the under 17 lightweight women's 8, these 4 people, Megan Gilmore, Selena Lee, Maya Vanderhyde, Candice Liu, and have come up to join them Phoebe Stobart, Anna Ketch, Cindy Wang, and Erin Oldfield, and coxswain Kylie Kim.
Congratulations. I'm going to take that. Well done, girls. Well done, girls, and well done all the rowers, working really hard, as you know, at this time of year, early mornings, long sessions, and so on. But this is their competitive season now, building up to the national championships coming off fairly soon. So well done, all of you. So now we're going to switch focus in this last 10 minutes. There's a big, important day coming up on Thursday. It's the Provincial Jeans Day in support of the Children's Hospital, and that's an incredibly worthy cause, as you're about to hear. And we traditionally get behind supporting that cause because so many people are affected by it. I'm going to ask Paige Doy to come up and get things going. Thank you.
Good morning. First and foremost, on behalf of the Grade 11 Roundtable, we would like to thank all of you in advance for your support on the annual Jeans Day fundraiser for BC Children's Hospital Foundation that we will proudly participate in May 3rd, this Thursday. BC Children's Hospital is British Columbia's only full-service pediatric acute care hospital. They care for over 1,000 children a day and over 1 million children in total since its doors opened in its current Vancouver location in 1982. The Jeans Day fundraiser was started in 1991 and has since raised well over $21 million in total to ensure that all of BC children have access to the finest pediatric care. This year marks the 28th anniversary of Jeans Day and the 14th year in a row that Shawnigan has been a part of this provincial-wide event. Last year, we as a community raised $6,000, which is a record-setting amount raised in a single year in the history of the school's participation in Jeans Day. For our fundraising efforts, BC Children's Hospital recently contacted Shawnigan to applaud our commitment to this cause and will recognize us as one of the top fundraising schools in all of British Columbia in their upcoming publication for this event. Well done, Shawnigan. On Jeans Day, over 50 school districts in BC will be giving their support to our Children's Hospital, and again, we will be there to show our support. This Thursday, we as a school community will continue to support this endeavor. With a $5 donation for a button or a $20 donation for a commemorative lapel pin, we hope that you too will give your support towards our goal of $6,000 again, if not more, to this year's BC Children's Hospital Jeans Day campaign. For your participation and contribution to allow Children's Hospital to provide the essential service, research, and advanced technology necessary to make medical care accessible to all our ill and injured children. Of the 1 million children looked after, every single one of you has had at least a brother, sister, or friend who have been fortunate enough to receive the care and support provided by BC Children's Hospital. Of the 1 million children, we do not need to look any farther than within our own community to witness how BC Children's Hospital has made a significant impact on us and the ones we love. We are delighted that Michaela Christensen will share with you the significance and impact that BC Children's Hospital has been to her and her family. We trust that you will find Michaela's experience to be inspiring and helpful in understanding why your support for this endeavor, year after year, is so important and valued. At this time, we would like to invite our classmate, your friend, to share her family story at BC Children's Hospital. Michaela.
Good morning. My first trip to BC Children's Hospital was at 9 days old, but it wasn't for me. The trip was for my 3-year-old sister, Mariah. The pediatrician told my parents that they thought Mariah had Crohn's disease and that they needed to get to Children's Hospital as soon as possible for further testing to confirm the diagnosis. However, my mom was pregnant with me at the time and not due for another week. Fortunately, I cooperated with the plan to get Mariah to BC Children's Hospital by being born the next day. My sister always kept my parents on their toes, and with this new diagnosis, on top of an earlier diagnosis of failure to thrive and reflux, would prove no different. Children's Hospital was able to quickly schedule a colonoscopy for my sister. It's an awful test to prep for, and getting my sister to drink the solution needed was especially challenging for my parents. Nevertheless, after a couple quick phone calls to Children's, they were able to convince Mariah to take the drink to prepare her for the test. On the day of the test, they were trying to put my sister to sleep with numerous amounts of medications. My parents and I were allowed in the room for this part of the test. The doctor would ask the nurse to give Mariah medication, and then they would try to lay her down. The nurse would sneeze, and Mariah would sit up and laugh. And this process lasted for about 30 minutes. The doctor turned to my mom, who was holding me, and says, "This is enough medication to put an adult asleep for a week." The nurse looked at my mom and quickly grabbed a chair for her to sit down in before she fainted. My sister was only 15 pounds at the time, and my mom was worried that she would never wake up. Turns out, Mariah quickly metabolizes meds, thus the need for a lot of them for her to fall asleep. The test confirmed that Mariah had Crohn's disease, so she was started on the medication to try to bring her symptoms into remission. 7 months later, Mariah's symptoms had deteriorated to the point of needing to be air ambulanced from our home in Prince George to the hospital in September 2001. However, it was a challenge for the air ambulance to depart for this emergency since all air traffic had ceased due to the events of 9/11. As soon as the air traffic was returned to normal, Children's made sure that Mariah was on her way to Vancouver to get the treatment she needed immediately. It took 3 years, more admissions, and many specialist appointments to bring some relief to Mariah. My parents knew that her development was behind, but had to focus on keeping her alive for the first 6 years of her life. At the age of 6, she was diagnosed with autism. At the age of 8, she was diagnosed with ADHD. And at the age of 9, she was diagnosed with epilepsy. Each diagnosis meant more visits to the many different specialists at Children's. She was treated by specialists in nephrology, gastroenterology, endocrinology, and neurology. Along with being a world-class medical faculty with world-renowned specialists, BC Children's Hospital has supported our family by scheduling appointments during convenient times for us, and that would work with other departments to try to have everything happen in one visit, as we were a 10-hour drive from the hospital. In the last couple of years, Children's has developed an outpatients clinic where the nurses and doctors travel to regional hospitals, such as the one in Prince George, so that families can receive the healthcare they need without having to travel. This saves them money, time, and stress. They have also helped my family by advocating for tests my sisters needed that were not originally covered by the government. Further, and probably one of the most important attributes of the hospital, is that it's all for the kids. They provide a child-friendly environment with bright colors, toys, and wall murals that even the siblings can enjoy. Personally, my favorite was the toy table, and it was Mariah's favorite too. BC Children's has done so much for my sister and my family, and I'm extremely grateful for that. They give that same support and hope to every child that walks through their doors. Because of their help, Mariah has now been seizure-free for 3 years, her Crohn's is under control, and her development continues to progress. At the age of 4, my parents were told that Mariah would probably never speak, let alone attend college. Today, she's so intuitive that she finishes my mom's sentences and talks to everyone she meets, and enjoys an adaptive program at the College of New Caledonia. I am very proud to have such a courageous sister that inspires me every day to never give up, even when times get tough. I hope I have inspired you to join me and the 2,000 plus British Columbians who will come together with Denham to support BC Children's Hospital Annual Jeans Day on Thursday, May 3rd. With your donation and participation, we can continue to support BC Children's Hospital Foundation vision of ensuring that every child is healthy and able to fulfill their hopes and dreams. Something as simple as buying a button can help make miracles happen for families everywhere. Thank you for hearing my story and for supporting BC Children's Hospital Jeans Day.
Well done, Michelle and Paige. Thank you. That was beautiful. It was articulate, heartfelt, and very meaningful, I think, for everyone in the chapel. So there can be no excuse for not getting behind such a worthy cause. Let's see if we can do that and blow that target out of the water. Well done this morning. We're just about on time. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Well done.